Hey, everybody. I hope you're ready to venture into a little bit of reality because this is your ticket to reality. And besides my incredible co host, we have Garrett and Emma. We have a dear friend of mine who was on season 3 of The Circle, Michelle, also known as Shelly Belly, comedian extraordinaire. We are so excited to have you here today. I mean, it's live. We're live too.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, you sound
You're
fantastic.
good. You sound wonderful.
I'm so excited. I love you, Lee. I love you. Oh my God.
I
Hey,
love
everybody.
you. I love you so much.
We love you both. This is so exciting for us, and
Yes.
it's when we first did this with Lee, it turned into this. Now we had him on our podcast, The Agents of Fandom, and well, TJ, our co-host who isn't here today. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving, TJ, wherever you are
Yes.
in Canada. We created. Yes. We created a great relationship, and then it built into this. So I'm just so excited to be able to have that with you and hopefully create a great friendship going forward.
Absolutely. I'm all about friends,
So are we.
Yes,
Lee will
we're
tell
very
you.
big on that.
Yeah, I really joined in, Michelle, because these they're young and they make me feel young, but they're also just so sweet and wonderful. And so when they asked me to host with them, I said, yeah, let's do this, and we've had a ball. So it's been amazing. But we want to talk about you. We've talked about ourselves enough.
There ain't nothing to talk about.
Well, sure.
I beg to differ.
There's a lot.
So
what do we talk about?
I want to know. Okay, so we'll talk about the show and everything, but I really want to know, what are you doing? What's going on in your life since leaving The Circle and being
I'm all over
cloned?
social media. I mean, y'all don't know. If y'all don't know what I'm doing, y'all are under a rock somewhere.
We know. We just want to make sure our listeners know.
Right.
So a lot of people didn't realize this on the show, that they didn't tell everybody that I'm actually a stand-up comedian. And so I travel all over the place. And so that's what I've been doing. That's what I do. That's
awesome.
I mean, I make people laugh for a living. I mean, what a better job than that?
Yeah, I can't think of anything better.
Tell them, I want you to tell Emma and Garrett and everybody watching and listening how you got started on TikTok and why. This is a great story.
I can't wait for this.
I need to hear this.
Children, so help me God. My son, who's got a little smart mouth on him.
Don't we all?
I tell you, I could just, there's certain things I can't say on here because, but anyways, I was just like, I'm gonna punch you. But so he was like, hey mom, look at this video I made. And I was like, oh my God, that's really cool. It really wasn't, but I told him that just to make him feel good about himself. Oh my God, that's really cute. And I was like, what is that? And he goes, it's TikTok. I was like, well, how do you do it? He goes, well, you download the app. So I did. And so he was in the Marines, and so he went back to where he came from. And so I started using TikTok, and I was like, oh my God, I've got 200 views on my video. Oh my God. So my son came back home on leave. I was like, look at my video, because he only had like 30. And I was like, boom. I'm very competitive with my kids. I'm like, boom, pow. I was like, look, I got 200 views. And he's like, Mom, that's nothing. I've got friends that get 100,000 views. I was like, challenge accepted.
Amazing.
I love that.
Hold my beer and watch this. So then he left and went back, where he came from. Well, then he came back home, and I was like, hey son, come here a minute. I said, how many followers do you have? And he's like, I don't know, 500. I said, bam, 500,000, son. Go back to where you came from.
What a flex. Oh my gosh. That is, and deservedly so. Deservedly so.
Much.
I'm going to admit something. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but you, Michelle, are probably much better at TikTok than I am.
Same here.
It's
By far.
it's kind of a joke in the Agents of Fandom community where like anything TikTok related, I'm like, you guys got to have someone else do it. I literally have no idea. Couldn't tell you.
Look, TikTok is not that hard. I mean, honestly, it's not. This is all I do. I am like, I should be doing like a sitcom or something.
Yes.
Because I
Yes.
can so I'm throwing that out there for the universe, okay?
Let's manifest it. I'm here for
I
it.
want to see Michelle Ryder on Reboot on Hulu. That's what I want to
Yes.
see. That's the
There you go.
crossover I want.
I agree.
Right. I need to be like in a show like The Office and be that crazy Southern woman, you know, that everybody loves, but yet she pisses everybody off. But anyways, so I just come up with these crazy characters, and was just like one day I was like, blah, you know, and it hit. People's like, oh my God, this woman's crazy. I love it, and I'm like, okay. And I just kept doing it. I just kept yelling, you know, Donna. And I just made a creation, you know, and I tried to pitch it to people, but they're like, no, I don't think it'd go over well. I'm like, you could have a man hide behind a fence and talk to somebody.
It's true.
They're
They're
work. Are you
okay.
serious?
Just so you know, they're too young to know that, but that's a show that was a big sitcom. They don't know that that they had a guy that never, he was like this. What was the
I
name of
feel
that show?
Yeah, I'm
trying
gonna
to
need
think.
some more
familiar.
context on this.
See,
I feel like it sounds familiar though.
yeah, it's Tool Time with what's his face.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
It was-
But
Carlos is saying Home Improvement.
Home
Is that-
Improvement. That's it.
There
Home
you go.
Improvement.
Okay.
Right.
I know that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that tracks.
Thanks, Carlos.
You're going to make home improvement work, but not with me.
Yeah.
That's what I want, a Home Improvement reboot with
There we
Michelle.
go.
That's
There you
hilarious.
go. There you
That's
go.
what I need.
Yes.
Exactly. And I'm the person talking through the fence to the guy, telling him what a joke his whole life is. Because
I think that you don't deserve offense. We deserve to see you in your entirety.
Yeah.
You deserve the whole, a spotlight and everything. No offense.
look,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like a Medea, like right. I'm like a white Medea. That's me.
Oh my God, I can't.
Except Medea's a man, but honestly,
Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring that up, but
But I would be like, I'm like the real deal, you know.
Yes.
So if you can do Medea movies, why can't you do a movie with me? That's okay. I don't have
There
any
we
hard feelings.
yeah,
You're like, I'm
fine with
we can tell. It definitely sits right with you. You lose no sleep over this.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Look, I'm hormonal. I'm going through menopause. At the right time of the day, I can I can make Jeffrey Dahmer look sweet. Okay?
That's amazing.
That's not a reach for you. That's
Yeah.
definitely possible.
But look, Lee has met me in person, and look, a lot of people go, "You don't really talk like that. You're not really like that, Lee." Am I
Yeah,
not?
she has a Boston accent. No, I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
okay.
That's actually
Imagine.
her.
Is that Jasmine?
What's up, everybody? What's
Oh my gosh, I am losing it.
Are you dying? I
Look,
knew
it's
you. I told you.
So when we went, I got to tell you a quick story real quick to tell you how fangirled I was over Lee, okay?
Aw.
So I was, oh my Lord, and Chris Sapphire.
Oh, I love Chris. I want to meet him someday for sure.
He is
Amazing.
okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, he is 10 times better in person than on TV.
Oh.
So, anyways, I'm staying at the same hotel Lee is staying at. Weren't we?
Yeah, we were at the same hotel. Yeah.
I'm walking out. I don't know where I was going. But I was leaving. I was walking out, and I saw his hair. And then I saw Chris Sapphire, and I'm like, I told my husband, I said, should I go talk to him? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm really gonna meet Chris Sapphire.
You're so
please."
funny.
Oh.
You're so funny.
Oh, I'm telling you, I don't think I could have met Elvis. Well, I don't know. You don't compare to Elvis. I'm
That's fair.
sorry. I love you,
That's
but you're not an Elvis. So.
That's true. I'm not an Elvis. That's
That
right.
was stretch.
Lee, you're Elvis to me.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
our Elvis.
Don't one
Yeah.
up me. Don't one up me.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I have to do more episodes with him after this. I have to
That is
continually
amazing.
suck
Wow.
up.
Just
That's true.
just
Job
look for
security. Job security.
Exactly.
look for a
I get it.
TikTok from Michelle saying, "Hey Garrett." She's gonna give you.
Guess what?
My life would be complete. My life would be complete, honestly.
The last time I sucked up that much, I got knocked up. Garrett.
Oh, gee.
I'm telling you right now.
Oh my god.
Got nothing to lose.
Oh no. It's
Oh
good.
my God.
It's
Seriously,
good. It's
you
good.
should not have one up me. I'm just saying that's what you get.
Yeah.
Fatal mistake.
And so begins the start of our friendly competition relationship that I sense I will lose every time.
Yes.
My goal today is to be the best guest you've ever had or ever will have.
You are starting out on a great foot.
I know,
Absolutely.
right?
good.
I've really been practicing a lot. Look, see? I'm just
Oh my god.
Oh,
I love
good.
it.
That's
Okay,
my
I love
bills.
it.
That's my bills.
That's my bills.
And this is my tensions, my thing.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I do that all the time, Michelle.
I do the same thing.
Yes.
If I don't, I'm just like, oh, kill somebody. But anyways, enough about me being brutal. I'm really a sweet person. I really
She's
am.
a doll. But I will say, when I met her, I was just as much a fan of hers, and she was wearing this really beautiful sequined. She looked great. She looked like a star, which she is, of course.
Of course.
And so,
So,
oh
You
please,
are.
you're amazing. You're amazing. So it was a lot of fun, and we had such a good time. I just was too short. We need more of those times, and longer,
So I'm curious. I don't really, or I don't think Emma or I really know, but like, how often are you guys really in contact? What's like the
Yeah.
extent of your relationship? Or are you guys just like fan girling from afar for each other?
yeah, well, we stayed in contact. I think we're
Yeah.
the only ones, and we were on the
Okay.
same season.
Right.
And
Right.
we were just like, we stayed in touch. But look, so I know we're supposed to be upbeat and we're supposed to be happy, but there's a story behind why y'all haven't really seen me a lot.
Mhm.
My husband was in a really bad motorcycle wreck.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and almost died.
Oh.
So that's why I've kind of been like, my focus has been on my family, my husband, and all of that. And so kind of had to put my tour. My tour is called the Naughty But Nice Tour.
I love
And
Perfect.
Heavy on the naughty. Go ahead. Sorry.
so I just kind of fell off the radar for a little bit and to focus on my husband's well-being and his healing. But he's still wiggling around like, he's got firecrackers under his wheels, but he's recovering well. And so I'm back on the road. I'm traveling again. And so when Lee reached out to me, I was like, oh my God, Lee, you couldn't have picked a better time.
Aw.
I am
Aw.
back in it. I'm back
Yeah,
in
I'm
the
so
game.
glad. I'm so
Yeah,
glad.
I'm so glad that you're
Very,
back.
we're very
we're so
honored to have
sorry.
you here, and
Yeah.
and our whole support is with you, and
Yes.
you're just incredible
Yeah.
that you could pull through that and then still be such a inspiring human.
Yeah.
Thank you. Look, I'm going to take you and put you in my little pocket.
I'm the hype man of the team.
Yes.
I just love,
Suck
you know.
up.
Oh
Just
my
kidding.
gosh.
Just kidding.
Then when it's not on you, then we'll see how the tables turn. I got enough love to go around for everyone. The joke's on you.
You do. You
I
do.
know there's an age thing on here because I was about to do something. and I didn't.
Oh, you can do it. Do it. What were you going to do? Go for it. Oh.
Yeah, you know
It's Ticket to Reality.
Hey,
Well-
Emma, you're good to finish this, right? I got
Yeah, I
something
guess
just
so. We're
came
just
up
gonna-
actually.
it's
My
like-
dog, I think, escaped.
Oh my God. I
You're a
told
good
you. I told you. We're going off the rails with
Well, after
Michelle.
But
last
that's when
episode.
we're the best, is when
Yeah.
we're off the
Yeah.
rails.
I love
it. Is really, that's when we mesh. That's when people really get to see. Like, Michelle, I know you said, we just want it to be an upbeat thing, but we're also real too. And sometimes we're pain in the asses.
Well, what's life
That's
if you're
true.
not all of those, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. Yep.
You know, uh, and that's a part of who you are, and that's what makes you unique. That's what I've always told my children. Matter of fact, I just got off the phone with my next to the oldest daughter, and she's like, "I think I have a job," and I'm like, really
Exciting.
scared, and I'm like, I'm having anxiety. I'm like, suck it up, Buttercup. You're a human being. You're supposed to
Yep.
feel those things. You're supposed to feel anxiety. You're supposed to feel because the scariest thing in the world is the unknown, right? It's the unknown. I said, so chill out because you're getting on my freaking nerves. And she did. She did. And I was like, you're going to do fine. You're my
I love
daughter.
that.
You'll do good.
I'm gonna
So
call you next time I'm having a crisis or next time I'm
Do.
having anxiety because I love
I
that.
do charge by the hour. I do
That's
charge
fair.
by the hour.
That's fair.
yeah, don't go to me. I'll be a lot nicer.
Yeah, exactly.
Either charge people for my counseling or get an OnlyFans page. I don't care.
I mean, we support whatever you want to do here.
Yeah.
Both financially beneficial
Yes,
options.
exactly.
So
It's not beneath me to sell feet pics right now. Okay?
if the people are buying, the people are
I
selling.
mean-
It's a market.
It
I could
is.
sell pictures of my back and see nobody would know it was me.
There you go.
Yep.
I'd have
But
to
wouldn't
shave
they
my
want-
back, but okay, or maybe not. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I just had to say. I don't have to shave my back. I just thought I'd tell you that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the more I thought about that, the less I believed it.
It's like when I told y'all I was wearing the thong. Same thing. No, I'm not
Yeah.
wearing a thong. Please
is the
floss up the
episode you
butt.
missed, Garrett.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, last time I had a thong, I'm going to tell you what, you could have called me David Copperfield because that son of a bitch got lost up in there. I tell you, I have flossed my teeth with string bigger than that.
Yeah, my thongs always get lost in my dump truck too, so I totally sympathize. I understand.
It happens to the
The
best of
good
us.
thing about it is when I was digging it out, I was in Walmart, so I fit right the hell in there. No problem.
See, we're getting a little comedy here, a little bit of a react. I love it.
this.
I love
Yes,
it.
I know. I want to talk more about the tour a little bit later because I want to give everyone a chance to find out where they can go see you if you come to their area and whatnot. But I want to backtrack a little bit to talking about the unknown and fear of the unknown and start to kind of get into some of the circle stuff and how there was a lot of probably fear of the unknown there for you.
Yeah.
Well, a lot. You would not believe. Okay, so I've got to be very careful.
Of course.
The great thing about being on the circle is this: regardless of what happened, I truly believe that there is a path laid out for each and every one of us in our lives. Right, the moment we're born. And I truly believe that if you knew my timeline in my life, you would say, oh my God, you could not have asked for a better thing to have happened to me. Because unlike, some people may have went on there and went through what I went through and been like, oh my God, my life, I can't believe it. No, I use that because it really blew up in Netflix face. I mean, let's face it, it blew up in their face. It was a cute little jab. Let's make fun of the country talking older lady. Let's make her the butt of the joke. And then it blew up in their face because they realized real quick that people don't like that. And we don't live in that society anymore. We live in a society that we protect each other and we take care of each other, and it's not cool.
Yeah.
So,
I love that.
But when I saw what the world was doing, and I mean, when I say the world, this is a worldwide show. When I saw what the world was doing and how the world reacted, that was my opportunity to say, you know what? I'm taking my moment and I'm doing what no one would allow me to do before in comedy, and I'm going to do the best I can, and I'm going to start touring because now people know who I am. And so I took pure advantage of that situation, and I could not have done it without people feeling the way that they did, and I'm grateful for that. I'm humbled by that. And that was a great lesson in general for people to understand. You can't judge a book by its cover, right? You can't judge people. And people on the show didn't understand the damn question anyway about do you let your dogs kiss you in the mouth? No, I do not let my dogs kiss me in the mouth. I let them kiss me on the face.
I have a French poodle, and I French her every night. Just kidding. No, I
Oh
don't.
Are
Sorry, go
you
ahead.
kidding? No, I don't know. I said some truth in there. That was a joke on the
I feel
square.
like that was
So
Go
we're
ahead.
just
locked and
talking
loaded.
about with the OnlyFans page.
yeah.
Agents
ahead.
of Only Fandom.
There we go.
Yes. No.
And so, I was doing stand-up comedy before, and I was an executive admin for a large, huge distribution facility. And the day before this, so let me kind of tell you, and you'll go, oh my gosh, this was like your whole life was there. I've known all my life what I wanted to do as a stand-up comedian. But in the South, we have babies and then we get married because that's how we do it here. Uh, so it's supposed to be a joke, y'all.
Something in the water.
Sorry.
There's something
there
in the
is
water,
something
I've
in the
heard.
It's
we
only
were
a
a,
joke.
we were a little
We were
slow.
mesmerized by
You're
your
right.
like what?
I know.
They really do that, and y'all call us Southerners slow.
I lived 6 years in the South. I'll have you
There you
know,
go.
in Alabama. So I know I got a little bit of Southern in me.
There you go.
Oh, I saw the look.
I lived there 6 years. 6 years.
Hey, that's a fairly significant portion of my life.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
that's
babies. They are babies.
That was
so
like a fourth
there
of my
you go.
life at the time.
true.
That's
I
a good
forget
point.
how old I am. My bad. You're right. I'm wrong, and I can admit it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a clip of that so that I can
Yeah,
frame it
well-
for that every other time, because that's never gonna happen again. I'm gonna be wrong every other time.
I can hear him sitting in his bedroom now. I'm right. You're wrong. I'm right.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
I need a little win here and there, okay, and then, that'll be my comfort video.
Emma needs
Exactly.
canceling, and you need constant, constant
Yeah.
comfort of who's right and who's wrong. God bless what a messed up family. But I love you. I love you.
Yeah.
I need a mother's love to tell me I'm right sometimes.
Yeah. There you
Bless
go.
my heart.
You breastfed.
Are you ready?
Yes, I
Till he
think
was
so.
12.
Ah, damn it, that was a good one. I gotta hats off to
Sorry.
you there,
Sorry.
sir. My mom's gonna listen to this later, I'll have you know.
We
Good
nailed
job.
Fist
it.
bump. Fist
My
bump.
mom's gonna listen to this later. I'm curious as to what her thoughts are gonna be. I'm sure I'll hear them.
That'll be a
It's
fun
okay,
one.
dear. We love you.
I
But,
need to write some jokes for you. I'm on fire today.
Yeah, good. You're on a roll, Lee.
Harley, look at you.
I'm really usually boring Lee, but you're bringing it out in me.
You
I
are
love
never
it.
boring.
It's only when I
Never
come
boring.
around. It's only when I come around. So, anyway, so where the hell was I at? That's menopause happening. It's menopause, see? But no, okay, so we're talking about kind of like the circle of life. So then I always knew I wanted to do comedy, but then I had a family and I put it on a back burner for all these years. I didn't even tell my husband that's what I wanted to do. And for all these years. So then when when I went on TikTok, I was like, I want to start trying to do stand-up comedy. And my husband's like, you're not funny.
No,
Okay.
He did.
you hit it all these years.
Yep.
He did. So that's why I told him he needed to keep that wheelchair. Yeah. So I started doing open mics and kind of, practicing my craft. Now, while all that's going on, they're producing the circle. You can't say anything. You're under contract. So
Yeah.
for a year, all my life, I've been keeping comedy here, keeping everything that was happening in my life here, and things that I saw here. And the moment I first stepped on stage, it was like, that's what I meant to do. And so the day before the circle was released on September the 8th, 2021,
One.
one,
Yeah.
I was laid off my job.
Hmm.
Yep. Laid off my job the day before the show aired.
Joke's on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, my husband looked at me and he said, "You've waited your whole life for this moment. It's time." And I said,
Hell
"Okay."
yeah.
I love that.
Okay. He said, "Don't worry about going to work. I got you." And now it's my time. You know, my husband gave up so much for me.
Mhm.
Now I've had to give up a lot for him in return. But that's what marriage and family is about. You give up things and you sacrifice things for each other to have a better outcome. And so I have, since then, I have headline, and I hate using that word headline, I have performed at Zany's in Nashville, Stand Up Live in Huntsville, the Star Dome in Alabama. I have performed at Kazi's Comedy Club. I have performed all over. I have not performed yet in the up in Michigan and all that place, you know, but I'm mainly in, the Southeast right now because I've been trying to find me a booking agent, but you have to get recommendations for a booking agent, and it's hard to get that.
Like a specialized doctor visit. Jeez.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a pain in the... Well, you know what? When you do finally get that booking agent, I see a Mama Michelle Netflix comedy special in the future because the world needs to hear this amazing comedy.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, if you want to see I did have like a little 4-minute bit. I have a couple of them on my YouTube channel. You can actually go and see what my comedy's about. And, I talk about everyday things like when women go to the gynecologist, and they ask us to keep scooting down and keep scooting down. And you're like, Jesus, you're going to have a mouthful of toot if I keep scooting down. And last time,
I love it already.
yeah, last time I went to the gynecologist, he started doing this right here. And I said,
God.
"What in the hell are you doing?" He said, "You got toilet paper balls down there."
Oh,
And I was
geez.
like, "Oh my God, Jesus." I get the same response when I tell it on stage.
Deservedly so.
And I'm like, and the guys are, and I'm like, "Guys, don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about, because look, you want those quickies, and when you go downtown, and look, we don't have time to groom and Zoom and all that. So here you are, come back up, and you got toilet paper balls stuck in your teeth, and and like you just say at Texas Roadhouse, you're sucking the toilet paper balls out of your teeth." So those are things that I talk about. I talk about my experience at a pure romance party.
Oh, I know this.
What
I've
is a
heard of
pure
those.
romance party? Is that an
Talk
orgy?
about it.
It's
No.
no.
That
It's
sounds
one
like
of-
an orgy. I'm sorry.
It's one of
No,
those pyramid schemes for
It's like a Tupperware party for horny women. I'm just
yeah,
gonna-
exactly. There you go. There you go. That's a better way to describe
Toys.
it.
That makes sense. Okay.
and men. Don't you get me wrong now.
Don't sleep on it.
It's like,
What-
look,
what-
it's
what-
like it's like an adult bookstore in somebody's home.
Pretty much.
There you go. My books are
I-
probably there. Let me stop for a second. And parents, if your children are still listening, please.
What the hell are
we
you
have our-
doing?
Yeah.
If your kids are still listening,
This is not a family show.
you have left the room.
Okay, let me read. If you ever see this face on a
Yeah.
podcast, it's time for your babies to go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those.
I love
I'm
that.
not one of those people. I'm going to tell you exactly what's on my mind and what's going on in the world. And your babies just don't learn to be listening. I mean, if you want to email me, you want to text me, you want to be ugly, that's okay. Because I have friends in low places, honey. I live in town. Don't come at me. Don't you come at me.
Michelle, how did you survive for so many years without letting the jokes out of your brain?
Yeah,
I need to know that.
Well, I always had it. I mean, honey, you want to hear my, oh my God, y'all think I'm bad. You want to hear my mama.
It's always a root.
Yep.
I'm like, like, Mama, come over here and eat, have Thanksgiving dinner. She come over here. She said, you do know this turkey tastes like shit, don't you? I'm like, I thought I taught you better than that. This turkey is dry as a Sahara Desert, honey. Hell, you should have spit in it. Maybe it'd been a little bit moist, but this is ridiculous. Just take your ass on back home. Go eat Chinese or something.
I'm thankful you don't live with me, Mom. That's what I would say.
Like, you're the devil. You're the devil. I'm going to put you in a nursing home, old lady.
Oh my God. That's so
One
funny.
down one, too. That nobody wants to put their parents in.
Yeah,
It's going to have mold on the shower, and you're going to get athlete's foot on your toes.
Yeah, that'll show her.
Yep. See if she
You're
ever
gonna have
insults
yellow
you cooking
toenails.
again.
You're going to have that tinea peanut, whatever they call it. Tinea peanut on your toes. And you're going to have to take that medication that makes your kidneys fail.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
going to lose my jaw is hurting.
Yeah.
There's still more show left to go, Michelle.
Do you understand where we get the comedy from? But y'all were asking me about the show. I'm sorry. I can't stay on task.
It's okay. It's all right.
Like I said,
okay.
we're best when we're off the rails, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Michelle, tell them how big a reality TV person you were and how much you were aware of what you were getting into.
I had no idea. I had no.
Okay, that works.
So like the producers of Studio Lambert, like they have scouts out all the time. So they scouted me on TikTok. They're like, oh my God, you're so funny. Yeah, because they're from California. You are so funny.
Those people suck.
Garrett would
No.
Those Californians.
I'm with Studio Lambert. And have you ever heard of the circle? I'm like, first off, who in the hell is this? I'm thinking, what in the hell are you talking about? And she's like, so we're, and they told me all about it. And so I watched it and I'm like, this is boring.
She saw season 1, not my season. I'm
she was
just
watching
saying.
Lee's season, and
I didn't
just like,
understand it.
Yeah.
As y'all can tell, I have an attention span of a chihuahua. Okay.
I'm with you.
And it's like squirrel. I can't. And so I tried to watch it, and then I looked at my husband. I'm like, I'll nail this shit. This is, I mean, really? I just never. Now I like Naked and Afraid and stuff like Survivor, but there's just when I started watching, there was just too much happiness. It was like, and I was like, what is wrong with these damn? But then once I went on the show, I realized what was wrong with those people.
Oh, jeez.
She's like, oh, I figured it out. Yep.
Yeah, I know. That's funny.
Producers are telling me to do what? Okay. Yeah.
That's funny.
I'll let the cat out of the bag. I don't care. I done got my money. And their statute of limitations is over. Look at Lee. Lee's like,
spill the tea.
Like,
spill the tea.
I cannot believe. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna. I wouldn't do that. I'm not gonna ruin it for people. But
we'll talk when the record is off.
But it's a wonder if people don't starve to death in there. And I'm going to tell you why. Every time, look, I don't do the cereal. I'm not like, oh, I'm hungry. Let me pour me a bowl of cereal and some milk. I'm Southern. I'm like, bring me back some flour and some
biscuits,
and bring me back and some chicken, and I'm gonna fry me some chicken and bring me. And they're like, we don't know what you're talking about, and I'm like, I'm gonna starve to death.
Yeah,
I'm going to starve to death. And every time you start cooking, they go, I lied. I'm like,
They did do that. They all every time we cooked, the alert would go off. I did notice
That's
that.
not fair.
The only difference between that show and Naked and Afraid is you're freaking clothed because you never eat.
You never eat. I lost 20 pounds while I was there.
I'm like,
No, no.
people, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not like a microwave person. I mean, I gotta eat.
Well, my experience was different because I didn't really cook a lot because I would just say, hey, I would like a chocolate sundae, and they would in a few minutes or an hour I'd have a chocolate sundae. I would just ask for whatever I wanted. I was
That's
like,
what I would do.
I've always been
Look
curious
at
about
her,
how that
look at
worked.
her,
I didn't
look
know.
at her. Oh no, I'm in trouble.
You've broken the show.
I broke the show.
So could you in theory have said, I just want some biscuits and like a chicken fried steak with some
And they would have just.
gravy?
No, because biscuits to them are cookies.
Yeah.
That's true. That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
It's, it's filmed in the UK.
Yeah.
So it's cookies. I don't want a cookie. I want a big old fat ass biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Or
we all?
buttermilk, buttermilk biscuit. Yeah, their food is horrible.
Okay, who else can we bash? We've bashed England. we've bashed gynecologists.
I don't. Then I will tell you, England, honey, you want some fish and French fries because they call them chips and it's a bunch of shit. It's French fries. if you want some good fish and chips,
It's pretty good. Yeah,
Fish
it's
and
pretty
chips
good.
is really good over
but
there.
I'm gonna tell you, the best Mexican food I ever had was over there. But
Really?
you gotta buy two orders of it because they only serve you about that much.
That's true.
I ate that much in my sleep.
She's a sleep eater.
Yeah, I eat a lot of Mexican food. There is no moderation when it comes to Mexican food
Yeah.
for me.
The chips and salsa, it's done for me. I'm just gonna eat multiple bowls of it. Just keep
I'm like,
refilling
give
it.
me the jalapenos. Oh my lord, give me the
Exactly.
jalapenos and
The onions, more onions. Oh, some
yeah.
rice. Yeah, absolutely.
So good.
Now I'm
Okay.
hungry. I haven't eaten dinner yet. I'm hungry now.
There you go. Emma,
Do y'all have a cookout there? Y'all have a cookout?
No, not here, but I actually love cookout and was just telling someone about it the other day. It's
We don't have that
so
up here either.
underrated. So
what is
underrated.
cookout? I don't know what
It's-
that is.
It is a very cheap restaurant. Well, drive-through because you don't want to go in. Because you can't, because the drive-through is always so packed all the way around that you can't get into the damn place.
Okay.
But they make flame broiled hamburgers.
Oh,
And
yum.
You get a tray. Listen to this, y'all. You can get hamburger corn. It's a whole tray.
Yeah, there's like so many options, and you can get like three, like one of the main options and like two of like the side options or something. I haven't been there in years, so I don't remember the exact
It's
way it works, but it was so good. Like I remember the first time I had it, was like, this is gonna be disgusting. I paid like $4 for all this food, and it was so good. And they had cheer wine because we were in North Carolina. So
And they and look, they have over 200 renditions of milkshakes.
yes, and their
Wow.
milkshakes are unreal.
Their milkshake
Wow.
does bring all the boys to the yard.
Absolutely. Oh,
The
And
real
me. I'm not a man, but
Really
brought me to the yard.
The
boys
boys
and other to the yard.
They brought me through the drive-through. But you just sit there and you just eat because the cookout we go to, it's across from a funeral home. So we just go sit in the parking lot and try to find out who's dead. And
Sounds
we're
like a great day.
And we're like, I wonder who it is. They look like maybe a lawyer because look how these people are dressed and look what they're driving.
That's so
Wow,
funny.
that is the highest level of people watching. Like,
That's awesome.
I respect that heavily.
We are dead people watchers. But anyways, back to the show.
Anyway,
No,
I
like
love her
people watching. I'm
segues.
good.
She's got a TJ segue. You didn't meet TJ, but TJ segues like you. Anyway, back to the so and so.
yeah, it's like he's here. It's
Yeah,
incredible.
Thank you for being.
She's
TJ, Michelle.
she's leading our show for us. It's honestly wild. It's impressive.
Sit back, relax, and laugh. I got you. I got you.
That's my kind of show.
Yeah, I got you. But anyway, so they wouldn't let me eat like I wanted to eat. And I'm pretty upset about the. No, I'm really upset. I'm very mad about the whole Sunday shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I should
Yeah.
have
Like
kept
I
my
could
mouth
have had a
shut.
Sunday.
Could have.
I think I went through enough. They could at
You
least give me a
You
Sunday.
deserved at least a Sunday. I mean, come on.
You're right. You're right.
So they just never like Lee. Did they tell you like, hey, you can order this, this, and this at any point in time, or like, where is the disconnect here, or did they just
okay.
have a couple layoffs in between seasons,
Yeah,
and maybe the
right.
Sunday person was fired? Like, I'm curious.
They ran out of ice cream.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, orange.
I'm 60 years old. I'm white and I'm a male. Oh, what are they going to do? They got to say yes.
But you got the LGBT check against you, so but is it enough to even it out? I don't know.
Apparently I got a Sunday out of it, so I don't know. I'm just saying, and I'm not going to mention the pizza and other things that I
You know
got.
why I didn't get the Sunday? You know why I didn't get the Sunday? I'm gonna tell you
Why?
why.
Okay.
You're like, we never planned on keeping her for more than a damn day anyway. Holy shit. Y'all knew that was a setup. Could you tell? That was a setup from the get-go.
Yeah.
Yeah. You that's a thing I don't believe they'll ever bring back, because it was painful to watch, but I think that, like you said, you took that and you made it gold, because so many people were Team Michelle. I mean, they were just so for you, and I was for you too. So there you go.
It was so bad they had to bring the damn Spice Girls back next season.
Oh God, we gotta bring
It
this.
all makes sense now.
Yep,
This is a full circle. It all makes sense now.
Full circle.
Full circle.
That is
And still.
undefeated.
Yep. Yep.
Reigning champion.
The Spice Girls can't even beat me out. And I was only there one damn season.
Yeah.
One episode.
Yeah.
3 episodes. And
We
you
need
still-
a Legends or like an All-Star season of the
Look,
circle.
You
agree.
have y'all really don't have any clue how many people have been like, would you go back and do an all-star? I'm like, they would have to pay me a lot of money.
And they would have to bring you Sundays without you asking.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just
like
Sundays every day.
Montechusha cherries.
Yeah, with
Yes,
multiple of just jars of
Jar of
those.
See me laying on the couch. Look, y'all would see me laying on the couch like this. I'd be like,
Yes.
As you should. As you should.
Yes.
Hey, Michelle.
alert this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give a crap. But look,
I'm gonna need a soundbite of that.
Yeah.
look what we
Yep.
missed out on. Could you imagine how fun that show would have been?
Yeah, I needed you for like 8 more episodes, and then
Yeah.
and then another 15 after that.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
And
It
there
was
was
a-
only 3 shows. I was like, hold my beer. I mean, y'all gonna eliminate me? And again, I mean, that's
I'm not gonna lie. I was very excited for this interview. I didn't really know what to expect, and my expectations have been a tidal wave has just washed over them, and what was once there is now no longer. Doesn't look like what it should.
It's
What did you
Hurricane
expect?
Shelley.
I want
Yes.
you to be honest. What did you expect when you was going to interview me? I want to be a fly on the wall, and I want to know. Be honest with me, Garrett. 'cause I know
I don't know if I expected as much brutal honesty, which I respect 100%. And you're really wise. You're really wise as shit. And I wish that we had gotten to I wish you actually were able to be a mother figure over the other, how you wanted to play the game. I wish were able to see that play out, because just in 20-30 minutes of talking to you, I already feel pretty close to you, and feel
Mhm.
I've received that. So I don't know what I was expecting, but it was this is amazing. I expected great things, but this is just I appreciate you.
Thank
Hey,
you. I
Emma.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Emma, you're a fan. Do you have any
I am.
questions for? Because we've been. I just want you to have a question in here.
I mean,
My jaws. I can't feel my jaws.
I know I've been laughing too much.
The floor's yours. The floor's yours.
I mean, I guess honestly, I love hearing your unfiltered thoughts about your season. I mean, do you talk to the sisters at all? Are you on good terms with them? Are you on good terms with everyone else from that season?
I was never on bad terms with anybody, but what I will always tell people when they ask me, do I still talk to anybody? No, I don't. And the reason why is there's such a huge gap. Everybody has their own thing. Everybody's doing their own thing. Um, you know, and I'm on the other side of the United States from everybody else, except for I think maybe 2 or 3 people. But they're much younger than me. We really don't have anything in common.
Yeah.
You know, I hate to say that, and I don't mean it in a bad way,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but I don't go out and I'm not like, let's go rave. And they're out on red carpet events and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, dude, I'm touring. I'm
Yeah.
living my best life.
Yeah.
I'm touring. I
I
am
love
the
that.
freaking red carpet event. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's true.
I'm
100%.
only messing. I'm
No.
only kidding.
We know you're a brown carpet girl, so go ahead.
I really am a brown carpet girl. But
Better for the stains.
but to really be honest with you, I really never got to know anybody on the show. I mean, you think that everybody's like, oh, we're such good friends.
Yeah.
Oh, fam, circle fam.
I mean,
Maybe 2 or 3 or 5 or this little group and this little group may be friends and this little group, but it's not really like that. You know, like I said, I wasn't even on Lee's show. I'm closer to Lee because we have more in common because of our age. Yeah. And I mean, who the hell doesn't love Chris Sapphire? I don't care.
That's true. That's
yeah,
very true.
agreed.
Chris is just like,
He's just wonderful.
Such an awesome person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell him to come on.
Yeah. We'd love to have him.
I've actually talked to him. He's going to come on. We just haven't linked up yet. So
Yeah, that's news to us.
No, you haven't.
I
That's
know.
incredible. I'm excited to hear that
I was
live.
marketing it. Yeah, marketing
but
that.
see, when you meet everybody at the grand finale, see, we were there in the boom right during COVID.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the lady Michelle that talks to everybody, she's across the room talking to people. And so it was like, okay, you won, get the hell out.
Yeah, that's tough. Everything was tough then, obviously.
Yeah, the COVID protocol was pretty rough because just like my season, we had to get tested 2 or 3 times before we ever got on set. And didn't you have to get tested 2 or 3 times before you got on set?
I tell you, I had more things shoved up my nose than the law should allow. I mean, they were in my that little apartment they had me in, like, hello, like Ms. Doubtfire, hello. Would you put this in your nose, please? I'm like,
yeah. And they're in hazmat like suits and stuff.
You're just like, think about it.
And not a cookie.
Yeah,
not a damn cookie.
An actual biscuit.
Don't be bringing me one of those biscotti shit. But I will say this, that there's one person that I became very close with, and she is a doll, and you will never believe it, Jackie.
Oh,
she's amazing.
She seems great.
I love Jackie. Yeah.
Now, everybody is amazing, but Jackie was sitting beside me in the grand finale. And we're sitting there and we're just like throwing back champagne. And we're listening to everything. And I looked at her because she kind of went through the same thing I did. She just got thrown in.
At the last.
Yeah. And I looked at her and I was like, it is a bunch of shit. And she goes, right? Let's get plastered. And I'm like, let's do it. So we just sat there and we were just tossing back this, it could have been Boone Strawberry Hill for all we know.
Yeah, well.
We were chasing it back. But everybody was really nice. I really didn't get to know. I mean, I was gone so fast.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
James wasn't even in there. We've interviewed James and he was
Yeah.
terrific. He was great.
Oh yeah,
So
I love his Instagram and stuff.
Mhm.
yeah,
But I never got a chance to really know anybody. And that's
Yeah.
unfortunate that you don't get. Now, Lee, you got to know people because
Yeah.
you were going back and forth, but unfortunately the way the game is played, I wasn't able to send a message quick enough because I wasn't allowed to build that relationship.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what all I'm gonna say on that one.
That's fair.
You know,
That's fair.
message send. Message send.
I will read between the lines there.
Yes, our sponsor is telling me to ignore that last statement. Just kidding. We would have had sponsors until we interviewed you, but no, we won't.
But it was
Just
worth
kidding.
it. But it was worth
So
it.
worth it. So worth it.
I'm
But
kidding.
I will say this: being on that show really leads people to amazing opportunities.
Mhm.
You could have given me $100,000 and I would not be doing comedy and I would have not been happy.
Mhm.
I walked away doing 3 shows and I am the happiest I could ever be because I'm getting to do what I love to do. And especially this time in the way this world is right now, everybody needs to get away from politics. People need to get away from what the idealism and the woke and the this and that, and everybody come together and just laugh about the same things that we all go through every single day that some of us just don't want to talk about because it's a little too embarrassing, but I will. And that's what's even funny when you get to sit back and you hear somebody talk about something you've done and you go, I can finally laugh about it. I'm not the only one. But that's it. But that is, and I was so fortunate. I don't ever look at my little bit of time on that show um, as not being a gift. It was truly a gift because I was given an opportunity that a lot of people did not have. And for that, I'm forever grateful to Studio Lambert and to Netflix and to the people that reached out to me. And more than anything, I'm thankful that the reason I left sent a message across the world to everybody of how you don't treat people the way that I was treated. And you realize that you really have a heart. Even though I'm 54 years old, at the time 53, the age did not make a difference. It was about how you care about other people and what happens to other people. And it goes to show it doesn't matter who you are, your age, your color, your sexuality, it does not matter. We're human beings that care about each other. And that is living proof.
You know what? That's the best thing to end on. But before we go, let's talk about the places they can see you, how they can find you on social media, all those good things.
Absolutely. So you can find me anywhere. No, you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook and YouTube at Shelly Belly Comedy. That's it.
Love it.
And
Easy.
and tell us real quick, like a little bit about your tour.
Yeah.
Sure. I have a website. It's shellybellycomedy.com. I even have my own app. Shut your mouth, okay?
Is that the name of the app, or are you telling me to shut my mouth? Because I'll do both.
You can download my app, and every time I do anything, anytime I get a new tour date, it goes ding ding Dinah.
I love, that's amazing.
It really don't, but it'd be cool if it did. But anyways,
We'll talk to the developers.
Yeah, we need to get on that.
So I'm going to be in. So I've kind of, I don't have a lot of shows going on right now because I am working with somebody to set up a brand new tour at the first of the year. But right now I've got a show set up in Greensboro, North Carolina at the Comedy Zone the 18th and 19th of November. And then I'm going to be at the Comedy House in Columbia, South Carolina, the day after Thanksgiving. And then I've got some little local shows here and there, but you can see all of that on my website. You can see tickets, and I want to let everybody know I keep my tickets very affordable because I want every single person to be able to come out and afford to see. I do a 1 hour show or more, is according to how I'm feeling.
I love that.
And yeah, you can only imagine what my shows are like. But I want everybody to be able to afford to come out and enjoy a good show. And I always do meet and greets, and I meet every single person before they leave that place.
That's
That's
sweet.
wonderful.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
You're such a treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing that my little bit of advice about your app is if you can order biscuits from your app, then you're gold. That's
Yeah,
all I got to say, you know.
Best app.
Well,
hands
you
down.
know, that's why, you know, Donna went to work for DoorDash, and
I know this.
but you know, Donna turned into a whoredash because she needed to make some extra cash.
Well,
And that's what, no, never mind. Close it out, Lee. Rein me
yeah.
in.
She has an
thank
OnlyFans.
you,
That's
Michelle.
That's the
Thank-
OnlyFans. Yep.
That's where I was
our
going to go with
OnlyFans,
that.
OnlyFans Shelly Belly Comedy, and you can get her there.
You heard it
And,
here first.
I will be doing a back hair thing on her OnlyFans, so you can get it. We're going to make
Collaboration.
$1 million.
Yes,
Yes, that's right.
we
It's a
love it.
collab.
But
Anyway,
can I say one more
yes,
thing before you stop?
go.
I want to thank every single person, because without people that follow me and people that comment and duet me and lip sync my stuff and that are just support me, I would not be able to do what I'm doing. And I am so thankful, so grateful, and I would never ever take anything for granted. I will never get that big head ever.
Yeah.
Well,
Leave
you
that-
have the support of the Ticket
Yeah.
to Reality podcast and the entire Agents of Fandom staff.
Yeah.
So
we got
yeah.
you.
We love you. We
Yeah.
love you, Michelle. Hey guys, thanks for doing it. Give us comments, follow Shelly, follow us, subscribe on Twitch, all the things you're supposed to do that TJ always says. But bye, y'all.
Bye.